Okay, so there's a very easily decodable message in the International Bank, um, for I guess Davos, the International Bank's um, meeting, if they call that a meeting, in Davos. They were talking about people will own nothing. No, they said they will have nothing, or yeah, own nothing and love it. Um, if you apply that to like the spiritual, because I think what happened was they took the material shit, they took that which is spiritual and they have a material bend on it, and they take that which is material and they have a spiritual bend on it. So, um, like if you strip down away all of the um, slogans and all of the the sort of self-loathing, like kind of things like in Fumbe, Spirit of the Dead, Logismo Moi, Logismoi is like things that you tell yourself to tear yourself down, and it's not self-deprecating, but instead you receive um, rejection, and it's um, compounding and whatever. Like if you strip all that away, like there is nothing. Like you have nothing basically. And when, like you know what I'm saying, like because you have to be able to perceive your reality and and it's just focus. If it's life is not focused, is meaningless. So when when you have nothing, you will be happy because you have no slogans, no logismoi, like no like um con what's it saying, confliction confliction. But they applied that to the material, and so they're saying in Davos, like the bank, they like the idea. It's a spiritual idea. It's a cult. It's an occult thing. You when they say it, it's a cult because they're interested in material. So if they can get people on that, you know what I'm saying, then you know they like the idea, have nothing and love it. But they, you know what I mean, like I don't know, they want everyone to be in debt and a slave, like a debt slave. So look at they put a material bent on a spiritual thing. How about if the opposite is that? What is that? Take put a material bent on something spiritual. Spiritual. What does that be? I had it the other. I think I'm just not thinking right now, which is fine. I mean, it'll pop up. I just like I shouldn't be like, you know, that's the only thing in life is, you know, because like I don't really spend that much. Like when something pops up and if I start thinking, I start making a video. If it's like I don't spend a lot of time doing that, and if I get on a video and I think more on a video, like it's just the time to get it off your chest. What's in the bag? Oh yeah, that's right. The Anunnaki of the um Sumerian, uh, they were holding these bags and in other mythology, artifacts like in Australia and the Americas and the Congo, like all over the place. They have these reliefs, I guess, like reliefs that left in stone where they're holding bags, or someone is like has all these bags, or like those bags are they contain the something of life, You know, like they have different ideas about it, but then there's one that they lean toward in every different regard. So like in Australia, it's the seed of life, and the Anunnaki, it's the force of life. Um, in Silicon Valley, seed money for projects, seed money like for projects, which I'm actually into that stuff. Uh, they call it holding the bags. Like if you're holding bags, I have a few bags of this or that, trading, trading something. But it could be, you know, like it's like sublime, like it's like or computer science, like it has an application. And science is sublime in mythology that the ancient people knew that we would only be able to interpret their form of preservation or on media, right? So Osiris is the papyrus, right? To iris, like which is the cam of your eye, the iris and Camelot, you know, iris, papyrus, Osiris. It's media. It's media. So like that's because what we have left of the people to pass on the facsimilation is that form of that media, or like you have the Nag Hammadi library, or in or the Medu Neter, or there's like left in stone. You have to find out what that was before you interpret it. What kind of because it could have been a kiosk, you know, like the directory. So like, oh, it's a directory, and we're looking at it like a different way, a little bit different way, you know. Oh, these pyramids are tombs. Like you just can't summarize. You have to be careful when you summarize, because that's what will you make you Akhenaten. Will make you like Akhenaten. Okay, which you could say that he's like, you can call him an asshole, but Excalibur arrives from an ass to turn the lawns of Camelot green, and the fertility rites. Right. Uh, you know, like fertilizer, right? It's part of it, right? No, there's other things that are part of it, but they're uh, what's it called? Separated. Um, like aphrodisiac, right? Um, it's a in order for something to be alluring, like it has to be in relation to something that would be flawed. So then nature would um, they disguise it with a thin, attractive veneer, and use curves and like on the subatomic um, scale, like all of matter, you just have a wavy line that has a configuration of vibrations that it is actually informing the molecular structure on a larger level, what to be, right? Like how to exist, and where those curves are the most intricate, or like where it is a certain type of curvature pattern that is considered attractive, that will be placed like near where the fertilizer is, like where the fertilizer is at, you know. I mean, sheesh. Like, I don't want to explain too much. Okay, because then you see, like, it doesn't really, reason to solve. It's like you're not solving anything. It's just a fact of life, right? Like, why are men attracted to ass? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's the curves and stuff, and it's a thin attractive veneer that's that's veiling a veil over the muscles and blood and whatever organs and like waste and like well like everything. So it's just like more attractive there. Like it's the more focused on the curvature right there. I don't know how I started this. Anyways, you should will have nothing and be happy. It's like you will um the only thing you ever learn is that you can't be too hard on yourself, right? You know, because then they're going on in behaviors and stuff that you know that